start to flow quickly, potentially while the current administration is still in office. And they may send out money that they won't have any control over. But for what we have to need control over, I want to be very clear what my priorities are for distributing this emergency aid swiftly and equitably. Our focus will be on small businesses on Main Street that aren't wealthy and well-connected, that are facing real economic hardships through no fault of their own. Our priority will be Black, Latino, Asian, and Native American-owned small businesses, women-owned businesses, and finally, having equal access to resources needed to reopen and rebuild. But we're going to make a concerted effort to help small businesses in low-income communities, in big cities, small towns, rural communities that have faced systemic barriers to relief. Think of the mom and pop owner with a couple of employees who can't pick up the phone and call the banker, who doesn't have a lawyer, an accountant, to help them through this complicated process, to know if they're even qualified, or who simply didn't know where this relief was available in the first place. We went through this, Don, when we brought Detroit back off its knees. And as we saw in this morning's job report, restaurants, bars, and hospitality industry have been slammed by this virus. We're going to direct relief to those businesses and others that have been so badly hit the hardest. We owe them that support to help them get through the other side of this crisis.
All right. Yeah, I just played that little snippet of it, video. President-elect Joe Biden was talking about unveiling his plan, his stimulus plan and multi-million-dollar plan actually to help small business owners, as you can see, helping minorities. And it was crazy. I was talking to my wife about this morning. She was saying, yeah, it's crazy. Like, you got many small businesses want to be able to open again. And it's not fair. They have what happened to the business? They have 2 or 3 employees, right? And they might not be able to re-back open, or they're not getting that official bailout money like the big corporations like Home Depot, Walmart, those big time restaurants and stuff like that. Because like Applebee's and little restaurants like that, they're pretty much owned. They're a franchise, so they're owned by like different private ownership. But for the most part, man, it's like if you live in a rural area, you're pretty much hidden. You got a mom and pop store. How you gonna recover? And that's pretty much your primary source of income. And a lot of people put a lot of their money and effort into building those businesses like this. And it goes into detail. Me actually been kind of very disappointed in Senator Joe Manchin, because Joe Manchin, you're supposed to be a Democrat and Democrat senator for West Virginia, and you blocked the $2,000 stimulus package. And I look at this too. It's like you blocked the $2,000 stimulus package, and that contradicts with Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, the 2 Democratic senators that want to represent Georgia, their poll plan. And it contradicts Biden's plan as well, because you were saying, oh, well, since majority of the House and the Senate is ruled by Democrats, we're going to get the stimulus. We'll have big stimulus packages. Then you got a representative who thinks elsewhere. He opposes the Roe v. Wade. You know what I'm saying? Like, he believed that, instead of this big stimulus checks, it needs to really go to the hands of the people. He said he believes that we need to really more indefinitely focus on the distribution of vaccinations. And I'm looking like, wow, so it's crazy too. Like, it was a doctor in Florida that was 55 years old. He was healthy and he died of the vaccine 2 weeks ago. So, maybe see, we'll read this on Yahoo. Okay, but Manchin, who Exodus notes will become an increasingly important player as a moderate in the Democratic raisers this Senate. Let me mute this. Yeah, there you go. This Senate majority seemed taken by Biden's promise. I don't know where in the hell $2,000 came from. I swear to God, I don't, he said. That's another $400 billion since Republicans are united in opposing larger checks. Resistance from a single Democrat could throw a wrench in Biden's plan. Exactly. He told the Post he would absolutely not support larger stimulus checks for Americans. But a spokesperson later seemed to walk back his resistance, insisting Manchin isn't drawing a red line against $2,000 stimulus, but believes vaccine distribution should be a higher priority. As NBC News' Sahih Kapoor put Perhaps realizing how consequential his hardline opposition to the plan may be, Manchin later tweeted to note he was open to discussion. If the next round of stimulus checks goes out, they should be targeted to those who need it. That was the whole plan. Like, the whole original plan was to people who make $75,000 or less, you know, and to couples to combine $150,000 in a household could give us $2,000. Like, directly supposed to give it to us, but whatever. I digress. Conspicuously, between Manchin's initial comments and his clarification, markets seemed to notice the potential roadblock, and ever since then, he made that statement. He blocked it. Stocks had dropped from an all-time high after a report that West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin will oppose further direct aid payments. And, you know, it's just sad because, like, this one makes people don't even want to vote anymore or associate themselves with Democratic Party or Republican Party. Because you look at this, we do everything you want us to say. We get you in office, right? But, yeah, if you get all this Democrats in office, we're going to be right for the people. Then you got this representative who doesn't care for us, obviously, only care for his pockets. And it's not like he's oblivious or don't care what's going on with the average American people. Most of these people are multimillionaires. So, and it's just sad, man. It's a big game. And the thing is, he's getting away with this too. It's freaking crazy, man. Like, we bust our ass every day. And then all we want you guys to do is do your job and find a way to at least show that you care, like a party that you represent. And you can't even do that. Blocking what this $2,000? It's not saying you giving this to us every month. It's just like a one-time payment for now until things fairly goes on. Like, you live in, like, say if you live in America, you live in like California, you know, the most expensive states. I mean, you can't really get by with $600, let alone maybe $2,000 is all right, because the rent is about close to that. $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a month. It depends where you live at. So they have to understand these type of things, man. Like, I don't understand, but I was just was kind of disappointed actually hearing about that with Joe Manchin. But the reason why I had to pay, you know, Joe Biden's initial plan, because this is his epitome. This is his foundation of why he's in office. So we'll see, man. It's just not looking good so far. I know he's not in office yet to January 20th, and during the inauguration, anything can happen, but yeah, man, you got Joe Manchin, like, people like this, man, need to get out, man. Get off office. It's crazy. But that's all we have to say, man. You guys should like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I'm out. Deuces.